Alright, it's official, Marvel fans. We're actually screwed. Now, I know what you're thinking. With the way that things were already heading, we already knew that. But this is the final nail in the coffin. It's time to pack it up. There's no hope now. Now, I know what you're thinking. The way that the quality has already been going, with the way that the movies and TV shows have been looking, it's no doubt that we already knew this was coming. But with the recent news that kicked in, Marvel's fate is officially doomed. Around an hour or two of me making this video, the actor for Kang, Jonathan Majors, his allegations and rumors all the way back from February of him sexually assaulting and abusing a woman, which are horrible things. Unfortunately for us and for the poor woman herself, they were actually convicted to be true in the court of law. Not to make it about us, but let's make it about us for a second. What's Marvel actually gonna look like without the main big bad? Because let's face it, the way that Disney acts, they'll take the safest route no matter what. They do not want to be taking risks on their big money makers. They will not be working with this man or be anywhere associated with him. Alright, it's time to put our tinfoil hats on and let's make up some theories as how Marvel can actually shift gears and actually turn this into the right direction and how somehow make a profit out of this, even though being realistic, there's honestly no coming back from this. I want to have the best of hopes, and I'm gonna leave it to the big corporate heads, even though they've been making up the biggest fuck ups of their lives recently with the way that they've been handling things. Let's just hope and pray that they get this one thing right, which is the big bad. I mean, they've already kind of screwed that up, really. Really bad, honestly. Now, probably the first route that they're going to take is to pretend the fact that Kang probably never existed. The way that they're going to have to handle Kang being, let go, just, push him on the down low, because he's still there. He's technically, still present. My evidence behind that one relies on Loki Season 2, the final couple episodes, right? In those final episodes, one of those officers, I think, I don't remember her name. They were just oh, what are we going to do with Kang? Did we get all the variants? And then she was just oh, we'll handle them, but if they ever become a problem, we'll let the TVA know. And I guess that was kind of a subtle way of just them already knowing that shit was about to go down. From what I remember, I read an article that the final episode of Loki was already recorded before the first allegations came out all the way back in February. It's time for me to put my tinfoil hat on and make a conspiracy theory real quick. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm freeballing it right now. I think that probably Jonathan Majors, he knew that something was about to come up, right? He knew that hey, I got some skeletons in my closet. So if anything happens, have a plan B on the down low, you know what I'm saying? Plan B is probably gonna be ass. The way that they said that oh, we'll handle the variants, if they become a problem, the way that they worded it at the end, it was they kind of knew that something was gonna happen. I could just be overthinking all this, but it definitely does seem likely though. My second point was not my idea actually. It was actually the great founding father himself, my dad. He just said casually, oh, what if they just recast him? And honestly, he could be onto something. They could do what they did with Hulk and switch him out. They switched Edward Norton out with Mark Hamill. Not Mark Hamill, Mark Ruffalo, that one. I think I got that one right. The question is, who would they switch him out for? Do you need an intimidating figure to shape your entire universe around? So now it's time for me to fanboy out and give some feedback. You know, I got you, Marvel. Let me give you some names. My first thought, and probably the first thought that many come to mind, is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You cannot name an intimidating figure in Hollywood than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He looks the part. He's more intimidating than Johnny Boy. I can't think of any skeletons or controversies he probably got in his closet, so I mean, he's probably a safe bet, but an expensive one at that. Switching him out for The Rock, I wouldn't be too mad. Bro, who else could be an intimidating figure? Oh, I got you. Oh my god, I know his name. Bro, the DC fans keep on yapping about him. What's his name? Hold up, just give me a second. Yeah, Henry Cavill, that was his name. You can't think of a more intimidating guy than the guy that plays Superman. I will admit, it would be kind of weird though if we went from a guy that looks like Jonathan Majors, right, to a white guy. If you want to keep the looks, right, if you want to keep the same skin tone or whatever, I mean, Disney has no problem with race swap. If they want to keep the same skin tone, give me a second. Oh my god, bro. Bro, I'm so corny. Then you could do Michael B. Jordan. And then you'll have all the fangirls' attention. Because as soon as Michael B. Jordan's name is attached to something, oh my god, all of the fangirls are already in line trying to buy tickets. I'm telling you, Michael B. Jordan's name works. The third and probably the least realistic thing that's going to happen is that Disney is going to keep Jonathan Majors. The reason that it's still pretty likely is the fact that they have so much bank on this man. They got so much dependence on this one man. And it reminds me of how DC handled with the Flash, and how, oh my god, Ezra Miller did all that crazy ass super villain. It basically turned into the Reverse Flash for like a couple months, and then he still got his own movie. I don't know if he promoted it or not. Where would they go then? Honestly, like, your guess is as good as mine, because I have no fucking idea where they're going with this. And honestly, if you ask me, I don't even think the heads of Disney or Marvel know where they're gonna go with this now. Even before, when they had Jonathan Majors, the direction was just completely just off the grid. They had no sense of vision and just wanted to produce so they can get some more streaming services and more numbers out. And that shit's so fucked up to me. So I hope they bring a good ass villain out. Someone like Doctor Doom. Someone that got some name power. Someone like Galactus. Someone like, bro, I want to say Doctor Doom again. I want to see Doctor Doom out there. Here's what I'm thinking, right? So you're just going to have to follow along with me. Go with my Trust Me Bro story. They're in the multiverse timeline saga, right? They're going to have to, like, push Jonathan Majors and his, like, entire Kang stuff down, right? But what they can do is that it's a multiverse, right? Hear me out. I'm grouping together all of my theories that we just said. Since it's a multiverse, Kang can look like whatever he wants to, right? That little, like, big circle plaza with the fucking, in the Ant-Man movie. You know what I'm talking about. It could look like whatever. And with that, basically get out of jail free card that they basically have, saying like, oh, it's a multiverse. He just looks different in this one. Dude, they could make him The Rock. That's fucking genius. You got Theory 1, Theory 2 right here. They fucking had a baby. You got Jonathan Majors down, and you brought up The Rock. Dude, I don't want to say we cracked the case. Someone ship this over to Disney, because, like, I got you. This one was for free. You ain't got to worry about me. Just make a good story for that one. But yeah, that's all I could really think about for now. I wanted to make a quick video before my next one comes out. I think you'll like that one. It should be coming out in a week or two from now. By the way, I think I fixed my lighting. I don't know if y'all like it or not, but shit, it's better than like that fucking weird ass, like, just like grainy ass yellow thing in all my other videos. So we'll see how it goes. All right, later.